Angela timing, yo. I just like fucking, I bust at your mind, me, yo. Bet you won't find me, yo. Pockets and stuff, I just got me some money, yo. Don't fuck with nobody, yo. If you want problems, I pull out the time, yo. Bust at your mind, me, yo.
Who was your biggest influence growing up, and who really made you want to get into creating music?
Funny thing is, I believe it was, I think if anybody, Rick Ross. He had like this fucking album called Teflon Don. And for some reason, like all my friends used to be on that rapping shit. They used to be on the freestyle and da-da-da. And I used to be around. And they were like, Sean, go do some shit. And I was like, it put me on the spot. So I never really liked the whole creative process. But Teflon Don made me want to get into that shit. Like, the album from front to back was just like amazing to me. So, Rick Ross, shout out Rick Ross.
What was it about Rick Ross's sound, about Teflon Don in particular, that kind of invigorated your creativity in that regard?
I feel like it was like more of the kind of jazz influence instrumentals that he had on there. It just sounded like real soothing, you know? It just sounded real soothing. And I wanted to like make shit like that. Or it sounded like meaningful. Like I felt like it hit me, but I was a kid. So it didn't, I don't know. It was like shit like that. Rick Ross had the sound.
So then when did you first, was that when you decided this is what I want to do, or was that when you just first found an interest in it?
That was like the first time I like found an interest in music, or just even like thought about like writing, like trying this shit. Like, oh, let me fuck around on some pen and paper type shit. Just fuck around. But that was it basically, right there.
So then when did you first start rapping, and then following that, when did you decide, okay, this is what I really want to do?
I think it was around the time where I was like 11th grade, early 11th grade, or 10th grade summer. My friends, they had a group, and that shit was called Superb. And it was like this guy named Jackson, Q, and Matthew. And around the school, it was getting clout. And it's not because I wanted clout, but it was just like, I was like, oh shit, they actually can record music. So I was like, all right, boom. I started fucking with them. I started going to the crib and shit. And then like I recorded my first song. And after I did that shit, I was like, bro, I'm actually like solid at this shit. Like, I'm not horrible, so I can't get better. And then like while I was recording this shit, I felt like good, bro. I don't know, bro. I felt great. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna take this shit serious. Like, I'm gonna try this shit. I'm gonna give it like 3-4 hard ass years going at it every day. And that's what I did. And kind of that's how I got to where I'm at now, I guess. Every day. Writing, bro. That shit was ass, though. That shit was ass. It's straight, man. Yeah, but that's how I got there.
That's cool. So then, what was the first song that you made, whether it's been released or not, where you were like, oh, I'm actually proud of this. Like, I'm actually happy with this song?
Fucking song called 2 AM Thoughts. I made this shit like 3 years ago, bro. That shit was, to me, because I was on like, I fucked with Kendrick. Like, niggas used to call him K-Dot back in the day, fucking J. Cole. That's the first song that I felt like proud of, because lyrically, like, at the time, I was like, damn, bro, I'm like fucking 17. Like, this shit is hard, nigga. It's hard, bro. This shit is hard. And I don't know, bro. I felt like that shit was great. And I mixed the shit too. But I was ass still. But it didn't seem ass back then. I don't know, bro. This shit was fire though. 2 AM Thoughts. And like OG, like niggas who been here like from the start, like they know that song. They remember that shit. But I took that bitch down.
So, talking about people who you've been with since the beginning. So how did TDC, so for people who don't know, what is TDC? Mm-hmm. And how did it start? And what does it mean to you?
Well, TDC is basically like a home away from home. Like, that's what I like to call it. Like, for anybody who's a part of TDC, it's meant to be like a family or a support group in a sense. Not on some like, I don't know, it's a support group. But for as far as where the shit was made, I made this shit back in, I think it was like a year or a year and a half ago. The idea came up with me and my friend Kiki. We were talking about this shit, I was like, I want to make a group. Like, I want to make a group kind of on some like Odd Future or maybe some TDE or just like one of those groups, like one of them like major influential groups. And that's kind of like where I started right there. Then it really came into fruition when we added like another member named D-Lo, and that's like my brother. We added him around, I think, late 2016. We was on the balcony, we was having like deep ass conversation, and I was like, I really want to make this shit a thing. Like, I want to make this shit a thing. And then that's kind of like, yeah, that was the birth of it. That was the real birth of it, because it was just me and another person. But once we added a third person, then it was like, okay, this is a group now. And I'm trying to remember. What was the last question?
Just like, what does it mean to you?
Nah, that shit means everything to me. I feel like in the next couple of years, TDC is going to be like one of the biggest influential groups. It's gonna carry like the best artists, and it's not even just on the sense. I want to make it kind of like into a label, but like not where the business is fucked up. Like where I'm just taking from people and not really trying to help anybody. Like I just want a place for people to like be truly like creative and be genuine people. Just try to spread genuine shit throughout the industry, because the industry is like fucked in a sense, to whatever way you look at it. But I don't know. I just want to do something that can better the rap industry in a sense, or the artist scene period, I guess. So that's what TDC is from.
And then, so when you first started out your whole career, how did you come up with the name Tom the Mailman, and what's the meaning behind that?
Tom the Mailman is the most random shit that I've made up like ever, bro. But what Tom the Mailman means now to me is like he's like a character. Tom the Mail, he was made so I'd feel, I guess, he was like my protective shield. He was like the guy that I couldn't be when I was younger. This is the guy that I wanted to be. Tom the Mailman is like a hero. And that's what the guy is to me. I don't know how he is to everybody else, but he was a protective shield, and he's my alter ego, I guess. So yeah, that's who Tom is.
So then what was it like, what elements of your life was like that character helping you deal with? Like what was that helping you get through and stuff like that you needed that protective shield?
I feel like insecurities, I feel like depression, I feel like fucking just even like talking to people, bro. Like having day-to-day conversations, I couldn't fucking do it. Couldn't look people in the eyes. Like shit's still hard. But I don't know, just like everything, bro. Like even my confidence to even talk to people, talk to girls, everything. Like when I felt like I was Tom, I could do that shit. I could do that shit easy. I could do that shit like with like Swift. Like I was just that nigga. So that's what he was there for, to help balance it out. Cause it's cool to feel like I'm cool not being on some Tom shit, but like when I need to be, like that's when he comes out.
So then, do you ever find yourself being Tom in a moment where you should be Sean, or being Sean in a moment when you should be Tom, and you start getting a little bit like, damn, like how much is this affecting my personality, my psyche, stuff like that?
All of the fucking time. It gets kind of bad, because sometimes I don't know how to differentiate. Like I guess differentiate. I think that's how you say the word. But between the two, I feel like I be at home with my friends and shit, and I still have the shit on. And then like I can't even get like really personal with people, and I don't even know if I should, like at some points, like because people, I don't know, people don't really give a fuck nowadays, and it's kind of like, I don't know, they take advantage of that you being open, you know. And I just don't think at this point in my life, I don't really feel like I don't want to get caught up in shit like that and like be fucking myself over, like getting too close to people. But at the same time, like you should be able to do that, I guess. I don't know. But I feel like I'm more Tom than I am Sean nowadays. And I kind of feel like I should choose a side, at least now or later. I don't know.
That's interesting to me, because it seems like a lot of your music is very personal, you know, and you kind of air out a lot of really personal things in your music. Like Kid is a really personal song. I forgot what the last one, you played it at the day party, but that was like a more of a lo-fi, like that was the last song you performed, and you're like, this is going to be like a slow song, and you know the vibe.
Oh yeah, Pain
Is a personal song. And so it's interesting that you almost like you use Tom as a creative outlet to tell everyone about yourself, but then at the same time you're saying that it's making your interpersonal relationships more standoffish.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like with me personally, like I guess even how I've been doing this social media shit or music period, it's like I just air everything the fuck out. Like I'm just very like transparent. And I guess I started doing that shit like when I first started. I made a song called I Want It, and after I made that song, like I felt like I was good, bro. Like I was good. I didn't have any resentment. I didn't feel like fucked up towards the situations that I was dealing with. So, and then it helped other people. That's what I noticed. Like other people came back to me and told me that it helped them, and I was just like, well, damn. Like if I like I'm not scared to like tell the fucking truth. Like it's whatever it is, what it is. So. I mean, that's where the inspiration to like take the more honest route came from. Like Pain, fucking super honest. Kid, super honest. Even when it comes to like me just dealing with like relationship shit, like Curse Duty Girl is like super honest, like just super fucking transparent. Like, yeah, you fucked my heart, or yeah, this person, like, I have problems at home, or like just, I don't know. I just rather be honest than say some fake shit. Like, I don't have money. I'm not gonna be like, ah, bitch, I'm balling, bitch, I got Balenciaga on me, but I got that ice on my red type shit. Like, nah, nigga, that's not me. That's not me at all. That's some bullshitting. But yeah, that's it.
That's interesting. And then, so one of your biggest influences, I know you personally told me that it was Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah.
And so can you talk about specifically that show and also other anime and stuff that kind of shaped your worldview?
Fucking with Evangelion fucking Shinji, bro. That nigga like when I was watching, I watched the show when I was like fucking 8 or 9, and I didn't really understand it. It was coming on Tsunami and shit, but like I love the shit, so I watched it every now and then when it would come on. But the fuck, I think it was early this year or last year. Yeah, early this year. I fucking saw a preview of the song on fucking Instagram. I was like, oh fuck, like nigga, I remember this shit. What the fuck is this show? I went to go watch it, and I watched it from front to back, and like the character Shinji, like that nigga just, he was like, I was looking in the mirror, like the guy was fucked, man, mentally. Like he was fucked mentally. And I don't know, it kind of like helped me like reevaluate myself, like kind of like, I guess, put myself in check. Cause the guy, like, nigga looked pitiful, but I was like, I can't say he looked pitiful, cause that's exactly like what the fuck I was looking like. I don't know, but just watching him go through his trials and tribulations, it kind of like made me like, okay, like, all right, boom, I can take a step back and like handle shit differently.
So do you think there's a parallel between like Shinji using the Evangelion as like, you know, then he's like super powerful and he feels really confident and he's like defeating massive monsters, but then as soon as he gets out of it, he's just like this terrified bullied kid, and that, do you draw a parallel between yourself and Tom in that regard?
Yeah, like exactly. That is exactly the case, and it's like I shouldn't. If I'm going to be a strong person, I shouldn't step out of fucking Tom, the character, and be fucking weak. I shouldn't. It shouldn't be like that. So I have to find a balance between Tom and Sean, or combine the two. If I'm going to be like shit, if I'm gonna be anything, even if I'm gonna be an okay person, because how can I, like, for say I want to have children or some shit, I can't teach my kid how to be strong if I can only be strong as Tom. It's fucked. Can't be that way. So I don't know. I felt exactly like that. As soon as I'm out this fucking Tom shit, I ain't shit. Exactly how I felt.
Interesting. And so then, what other elements of like, I guess you'd call it like anime and then popular culture, like in that sort of realm, like was that something you were always into as a kid and then you kind of held on to as you grew older?
I started with this anime shit like since I was like what? Since I could like really understand TV type shit. I started with, I think, Naruto. Naruto was like my first anime, and again, like I related to the character. Like at that time, nobody. I moved down from Norcross to where I live now, like Monroe. And when I first got here, I was super nice, like really friendly and all this shit, but niggas did not fuck with me. I was getting jumped and shit. Like I got on the school bus and I had to fight like every fucking day. I get off the school bus, I have to fucking fight. I'm like, bro, like what the fuck is the issue? Why don't you niggas fuck with me? I'm just trying to be nice to y'all niggas. And I don't know, that's what made me connect with Naruto even more, cause at the early stages, nobody liked that nigga. He was alone. He's like just doing dumb shit for attention. Like I would always be in ISS. I would always be trying to, like, after I got used to the fight and shit, I was just like, all right, what the fuck is up? Like, let's go. I'm trying to fight everybody. You said the wrong thing. What's up, nigga? Like everything, bro. But after I realized that shit, like, after I started watching Naruto, bro, like, it, like, trickled down, like, every other fucking anime. Like, and not even the mainstream shit. Like, the next thing a nigga would say was Dragon Ball Z or, I don't know, nigga, all mainstream shit. But I watch like every fucking thing from then to like now. I still watch anime all the time. And I guess that's something I carry from my childhood. But just because I can connect to the shit and because it like taught me shit like morally. Like I feel like without anime I'd probably be like a fuck nigga for the most part. But yeah. So shout out to anime. That shit like plays a fat ass role in my life. Fat ass role.
Okay, cool. So then was that maybe one of the reasons why you developed TDC, was like that was the other kids who you felt you like vibed with and who you could like create a sense of community with?
TDC, I feel like the people in TDC, I feel like they're all like the first thing I look for in a person, like before I like say, oh yeah, you can be a part of TDC, is the fact that you're like genuine and you like you'll die for what you give a fuck about. That's the first two things that like stand out to me. Like if you're a genuine person, like if you look out for your friends, like if I was in a tight ass situation and you did something for me, you wouldn't use that shit against me 5 months later when you need some shit from me. Like you like just like the simple shit, bro. Just have good morals and you're just a good person, bro. And then give a fuck. Like you'll die not to just sit there and take the easy route. Like go college for 4 or 5 years. Go down that like a path that has already like been taken. Like go down the path that like nobody's fucking taking and it's like scary to take. Like I want people like that in my circle. People who are like risk takers. People who want to live. Shit like that. So that's when it comes to TDC, bro. Like that's the people who are typically in it, not just because niggas talented. Like that's just a plus. Like damn, bro, like you're good at this shit, so let's fuck with you. But just people who take this shit like to heart, I guess.
So then, is there anyone who's around in the last few years or now who's really influenced you as an artist, as a musician or a filmmaker or a creative or whatever?
I feel like as far as me expressing myself, not even expressing myself, just being like super creative or trying different shit. I feel like Gambino did something. I feel like Jaden did something, and I feel like X did something. Like, especially X. Like X probably bridged the gap between me and the trap shit. Because before I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna make shit that's sonically good and shit that is like really meaningful and just like really quality music. I'll never do trap. Like trap is so fucking dumb. These niggas not talking about shit. Da 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 da. But like I figure like when I listen to X, he's just like it was fun. Like it didn't have to be so serious. I just realized music didn't have to be so serious all the goddamn time. And then being versatile is like something that like I can do. Like you don't have to just be one lane. I can do this shit, then go 7 different other lanes, and be cool. No. But yeah, those 3 influenced the fuck out of me. Especially all 3 of them niggas influenced the fuck out of me.
And then is there anyone who you've kind of met in the local scene who you like to work with who you think is like sort of an inspiration to you creatively?
Grim, Flower Child, fucking Floyd. Floyd is fucking cool. There's another guy, I fucking forgot his name, I feel bad. Jasmine Janai, she's fucking fire. And I mean, those are the top guys on my head right now that have influenced me, that I've watched. And even if I don't know them personally, like their music, I fuck with their music.
And then so what's like one really noteworthy experience that you had as a result of you pursuing music, whether it's like a personal experience or like a show you performed at, or what was one of like the really moments that stands out to you as Tom the Mailman, you know?
Fucking I think it was Blue Summer 2, when I had all my fucking friends. They fucking came out. Even people I didn't know, like when I was performing, I was like, damn, bro, like my second time performing, bro. Really don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do. Like low key pussy right now, but fuck it, bro, fuck it. I went on that bitch, and then niggas was piped up. Niggas jumping around, like everybody like enjoyed the performance, and I was like, damn, like this is what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. Bring people together. Like my friends was jumping around with niggas that they didn't fucking know. Arms around them, wilding out, all that shit, having a good time. And that's what I kind of want to bring. That's what I want to do for people. And also for myself, I was having a great fucking time. Enjoyed it. Every last fucking minute of it. And just like conquering fears, bro. I was pussy, bro. I'm sweating bullets, bro. I'm looking in the mirror like Eminem, like mom spaghetti, all that other bullshit. I'm just nervous type shit. Bro, I was pussy, but I still did it. So that's kind of what I want to I don't know. That's my most noteworthy experience.
And then if there was anything that you wanted to say, like to a kid who you feel like is in the situation that you were in before you kind of found Tom and you found this outlet, what would you say to them as far as like basically some concrete advice, like steps they can physically take to maybe make themselves feel better and stuff?
The biggest thing is just taking time for yourself, bro. Like really trying to understand who you are as a person, what you like, what you don't like who the fuck you are, not who your friends think you are, who your parents think you are, just like who you are. Like that's the biggest step for me. Like understanding yourself and understanding like, or even after you understanding yourself, like love yourself. Like be selfish, bro. Be selfish, and not in a sense where it's like fucking other people, but just take time for yourself, bro. That's like the biggest thing to me. That's the only advice I can really give.
And then, so last thing is there anything you want to say? Anyone you wanted to shout out in particular, or whatever?
Nah, shouts out to my mom. Shouts out to the gang, TDC, and anybody who supports me. I'm not gonna be real specific, cause then niggas be like, oh, bro, you shot me up, bro. The fuck, bro. So just shout out to everybody who supports me. Yo, it's Tom the Mailman, and this is my Blue Summer interview.
Alright, that's a wrap, boys.
You motherfucking get it, baby.